When you want to get high grades, every score on the grading rubric counts. Did you know that 68% of students loses marks because of wrong referencing? In this video, I will help you not to let the simple mistakes affect your grades. So stick around till the end because I'll be sharing 3 bonus tips that will make your reference list shine. Welcome back, lovelies, and welcome if this is your first time here. Please grab yourself a chair, sit down, and be comfortable. This is the space where we explain and explore all things academia, and this video is the part 2 of the 3-part series. So if you have not checked out part 1 yet, best click somewhere here on your screen where it's appearing right now. Then come back to watch this video after you've watched part 1. Or, like most geniuses, you could work backwards and start with this one and then click the link to part 1 in the description below at the end of this video. My name is Lerato Kanomsa from All Things Academia. And now that you have mastered your in-text citation by watching part 1, I am here to guide you through the Harvard referencing list maze. Okay, first off, I know that there is this whole controversy about reference list versus bibliography. But in this video, we're going to use these two terms interchangeably because a reference list is basically a list of sources that you have cited in your paper, and a bibliography is a list of sources that you have cited in your paper as well as those that you have consulted but not directly cited. So think about a reference list as a shout out to all the authors whose work you've incorporated in your paper. This is not only to give your work credibility and show that you have done thorough research, but also to safeguard you against plagiarism. A Harvard reference list has 4 main elements. You must write the last name and the initials of the authors. If there is more than one author, separate them by using an ampersand. Then write the year when the source was published and put it in parentheses after the author's name. Add the name of the book, article, or whatever you are citing. This should be in italics if it's a book and in regular font if it is an article or a website. And lastly, for books, you finish with the location of the publisher and the name of the publisher, separating them with a colon. For articles, with the journal's name, followed by the volume and page numbers. And for the website, you give a full URL address. Now that we're clear about all the elements that we need for referencing, let's get down to formatting. The first and most basic thing about reference list is that you arrange all your entries in alphabetical order according to the author's last name. You also use hanging indents. That means the first line starts flushed left and the subsequent line is indented like the bouncer at a VIP party. There should also be double spacing between entries, giving your reference list some breathing room. Formatting sounds pretty plain, right? Let's move on to examples of common sources. We will start with the classics, books. You start with the author's name, followed by the publication year in parentheses, and then the book title in italics. Finish with the publisher's location and the publisher's name. But what if you want to reference only a specific chapter in an edited book that has many contributors? Just write the last name and initials of the chapter's contributor, the year in parentheses, title of the chapter, and then you add in and editors or editor of the book, followed by eds or ed depending whether it's plural or singular, in parentheses. Then the book title in italics, and in parentheses you include PP, followed by the page range of the chapter, and finish with the publisher. For journal articles, you need author or authors, the year in parentheses, article title in regular font, the journal title in italics, then the volume and the issue number, and lastly, the page numbers. Now, let's look at websites. Firstly, you must provide the author or author's name or the name of the website if there are no authors, the year, the page title in regular font, followed by online in square brackets, and available at, then a full URL and the date you've accessed it. Moving on to thesis or dissertations. Name the author or authors, the year, title in italics, the type of document it is, institution name, and location. And finally, class notes. Yes, even your lectures deserves a shout out. Include the lecture's name, the year, title like lecture on biology, lecture on sociology, you get the drill, and the university's name. If that was too fast for you, lovelies, then you can always rewatch, pause, play at a slower speed. A better alternative is to download my Harvard referencing guide linked in the description down below for a more comprehensive breakdown of these formats. And now for the bonus tips that I promised you at the beginning of this video, because your girl always has your back. 1. Proofread like your academic life depends on it. One small typo can send your reference list into a citation graveyard. 2. Stick to one style throughout your reference list. If you italicize your book titles, don't switch to underlining for websites. It's like wearing mixed meshed socks. It's just not right. 3. Academic styles evolve faster than smartphone models. Keep your Harvard referencing skills sharp by staying updated with the latest guidelines. Checking, rechecking, cross-checking, and staying consistent and up to date can be a nightmare for some of us who have lives outside academia, like watching Netflix and painting graffiti on bridges. This is why the next video, part 3, is about automated referencing, so you can be able to have perfectly formatted citations and reference lists by clicking one button, literally in 2 minutes. So be sure to subscribe so that YouTube can let you know as soon as I upload that video. Before you go, please click the thumbs up and wait for the video that will appear at the end of this video, because that is the video you should be watching next to boost your grades. I now take this time to project to you love and grace in a way of 1 Corinthians 13 verse 14.